You think you can save me? Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all my pain?
3 months ago, when the Silent Hill 2 gameplay trailer was revealed, I made a harsh video, criticizing it hard and explaining my dissatisfaction with the visuals, animations, and atmosphere of the trailer at the end. People in the comments pretty much jumped on me from every side and were angry about my arguments and thought that I'm being too picky. To be fair, I do admit that I was a little bit too harsh on the visuals, but my point was to make it obvious that the trailer was disappointing compared to our expectations. I also criticized the music in the end because it literally destroyed the creepy atmosphere that was in the beginning, and this is something that any honest person can admit. We know that the music is from the one and only Akira Yamaoka, but that doesn't mean it was used in the right way by the editors of the trailer, who combined the psychological part with action in a horrible way. And just 1 week later, the CEO of Bloober Team himself came out and said that he's also not satisfied with the trailer and it does not represent the spirit of the game. So he basically confirmed the trailer was not acceptable by any means, and we were right to call it out. The developers joined the gamers in their protest to start a revolution against the one and only Konami. Bloober accused Konami of mishandling the marketing of the game and made it clear that they had no actual role in that trailer. They also mentioned that the material Konami used in the trailer belongs to an earlier build, and it's not identical to the complete game they're working on. Bloober Team realized that the backlash was so intense, and they needed to distance themselves from the problem to protect their reputation as developers, and also to avoid enraging a powerful fanbase like the Silent Hill audience, which is known for being one of the most loyal fanbases in the entire gaming industry. The Silent Hill fanbase is notorious for having no mercy on anyone who disrespects the franchise or misrepresents it. According to multiple reports, YouTubers who dared to criticize the original Silent Hill 2 went missing in a mysterious way and were never seen to this day. It's unclear what happened to them, but according to eyewitnesses, they found a letter saying,
"Silent Hill hardcore fans were here. You've been warned. We shall return."
Anyway, I feel like I'm moving away from the subject, and I need to focus, but I'm genuinely serious about the Silent Hill fanbase being one of the most loyal fanbases in gaming as a whole. This is why Bloober wasn't ready for their wrath, and understood that they should take the criticism seriously. And the proof for this is that we're basically starting to see the change happening quietly and gradually, and I believe there's a series of modifications being made across the board as we speak. The first change that occurred recently, and people slowly started to notice, was the transformation of James's face. It wasn't officially revealed, but since Silent Hill fans have eagle eyes, and they never miss anything about the game, they noticed this change in an icon on Steam. This means that they're pretty much keeping an eye on everything, even if it's James's underwear. One of the main problems people had with the reveal trailer was that James felt too old. He seemed like a very mature man who lived long decades in life and was fed up with the world. He appears like a guy who's been divorced 2 times and has 6 kids, and he needs to think about their future. However, for some reason in the gameplay trailer, James's face and shape transformed completely and became so young. He looked fresh, innocent, and much more energetic, but that also didn't satisfy all people, because many fans said that James being so young feels weird. At this point, Bloober Team realized that making James too old is not working, and making him too young is not working either. So they decided to go with something in the middle, which is Leon S. Sunderland.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
The new face looks mature, serious, and not too stressed, but it also gives me some Leon S. Kennedy vibes, which is not a bad thing, by the way. It's not a surprise that characters in Resident Evil and Silent Hill might look similar, because a lot of Japanese designers love to use this style.
No, it wasn't her, it was Simmons, the National Security Advisor.
To be honest, the new look is really good, and I don't think it's fair to criticize it blindly and come up with issues from the air. With that being said, I don't know if I belong to a minority in the fanbase or not, but I literally find the original look from the reveal trailer to be insanely special and the perfect one for me. I know that it's not similar to the original game, but for some reason, I saw the sadness, desperation, and agony in this face, as if it were a real person in front of me. You can easily sense that he's a man carrying a weight on his heart and can't handle his mind anymore. I don't know who came up with this design for this version, but whoever did it is obviously a talented person who knows what they're doing. This is my personal opinion, and I know that many people might disagree, and that's why Bloober went with the safe choice that can please the most people and remain faithful to the original. In the original game, when James went to the Silent Hill town, he started to have an attitude that made him look more calm and less vibrant, and this is obviously their goal in the redesign. The real question now is how the design of other characters will look. What Maria will look like compared to the original, and most importantly, how they will design the craziest character in the game, Eddie Dombrowski. I'm really interested to see how he'll look with modern visuals and vibes.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
Pyramid Head looked incredible in the reveal trailer, and I feel like they know very well how to implement it correctly in the game. The good news is that we might have the chance to see all of this very soon, because the next PlayStation Showcase is supposedly scheduled to take place next month in May, and Silent Hill 2 is expected to make one final appearance before release. This will basically be Bloober's last chance to prove their claims when they said the previous trailer was based on an old version of the game. Everyone anticipates that this trailer will be full of gameplay and many characters to see. It also should include more scenes of combat to make people believe that there's an improvement compared to what we saw before. However, in my opinion, nothing matters more than the atmosphere and the core themes of Silent Hill 2, which are despair, agony, and guilt. Silent Hill 2 is about a man grieving for what happened to his wife, but we all know that his grieving is because of something much deeper. I'm not going to mention the details to avoid spoiling the story for newcomers, but the point is that what made the original game succeed is not gameplay or visuals. People who played it know that it has very clunky controls, weird combat, and regular visuals for its time. But what made this game stick in their minds was the confusing journey of James, and how he's chasing something he knows he'll never reach. James appears like a man who loves his wife so much and is ready to do anything to be with her. She tells him that she's waiting for him in Silent Hill Town, and he is very excited to go there, even though he already knows that the trip will not be as happy as he thought. The town itself is twisted as if it represents his psyche, and every individual he meets is disturbing for a specific reason. But the real question is, why does nothing in this place make any sense? And why does James keep going forward without even knowing his real destination? This feeling of being lost and baffled is what made Silent Hill one of the best psychological horror games of all time. Even though people who played the game are mostly in their 30s and 40s now, The game's story managed to reach younger generations through videos all over the internet.
I hate you, James. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
People who didn't play it became curious to discover the lore and the plot that made it so memorable. Even people who hated the gameplay and didn't find it fun were still interested in the story. This is why the weight that Konami put over Bloober's shoulders is very heavy. Remaking a game like this is very difficult because balancing the psychological elements with exciting gameplay that can satisfy a new generation of consumers is a challenge that can stress any studio. There's a big difference between making an amazing game and making a game that people would buy. Even though the fanbase of the game might be okay with less action and clunky combat here and there, the developers know that the remake has no chance of surviving the commercial battle without enticing fast-paced gameplay that can convince a broader audience to give the game a try. The good news, however, is that I'm starting to believe that we might see something amazing in the next trailer. I genuinely believe that Bloober is keeping a close eye on the criticism and trying hard to fix what they can to prove themselves. When I see one of their designers responding to small feedback, like the sound of gunshots, it makes me believe that they really want to make something they can be proud of. And they want Silent Hill 2 to be their first step into the big stage of horror gaming.
I'm ready.
Before I finish this video, I need to give a Steam key to a subscriber who's been active in the community recently and commenting on the videos. The winner this time is Pazul. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but he's been involved in the discussion in the last videos about Silent Hill, and he provides amazing analysis. He also almost guessed all the villains I chose for the Silent Hill antagonists video a few days ago. If you're watching this, my friend, show yourself in the comments below and choose a key for one of these games. The Callisto Protocol, Metro Exodus Gold Edition, Middle-earth Shadow of War, or The Evil Within 2. The Callisto Protocol is a well-known game inspired by Dead Space, and even though it's not perfect, it's still a good game. Metro Exodus is an awesome survival game in every way, and visually, it's literally years ahead of its time in my opinion. I'm pretty sure you know everything about the Evil Within series, and you have a clear idea of what the Evil Within 2 is all about. Middle-earth is obviously the best choice if you want awesome action, a fantastical journey, and some really cool combat. If any of these games caught your attention, then tell me about it and let me know in the comments below. Anyway guys, this is all for today. Please let me know what you think about the fate of Silent Hill 2 Remake and whether you believe everything is going in the right direction or if you're still not optimistic at all. I'm personally starting to have some real hope because it seems there's a real desire from the developers to pull it off. They want to make the best game possible and they want to please the audience as much as they can. The next trailer will be a deciding factor in whether they are listening to us carefully or not. Until then, give this video a like if you loved it, and I hope to see you soon.